Good morning to all of you. Welcome to Legal Matters by Sai Babu Sankara. Today we are going to discuss regarding summons. Summons, when to be issued and to whom to be issued, and before issuing summons, satisfaction by the magistrate should be necessary. This is what this case tells you. You all know summons is a communication or a document from the court requiring a person to attend before the same on a particular date and time to give evidence, to produce some document, or to do something. This is simply the meaning of summons, even though it is not defined anywhere in the code. You all know the procedure of serving the summons. Suppose if it is a criminal case, from section 61 to 69 of the CRPC. Suppose if it is a civil case, then you have to go through sections 27 to 32, almost 31, 32 also. 32 says about the punishment if you do not oblige to the summons, like imposing a fine up to rupees 5,000. And also you have to combine and study order number 5, that is summons to the defendant, and order number 16, summons to the witnesses. How they are being served, all this process is mentioned there. Here, it is clearly stated by two judges bench of the Honorable Supreme Court of India, Justice M.R. Shah and A.S. Bopanna, while disposing the criminal revision appeals, criminal appeal numbers 1047 and 1048 by 2021. In the case of, that is Ravindra Natha Bajpayee versus Mangalore Special Economic Zone and others, 2021. They held that ordering summons should be done cautiously because issuing summons is a serious issue. And before issuing the summons, the magistrate has to record the satisfaction for the issue of the summons. Why this thing has come to light and what has taken so much of a shape? Don't you know that the magistrate can give summons? Yes, some cases will come and you have to know such cases. That's why I am making this video. Right? So our Rabindranath Bajpayee is having some land, and it is located by the side of the so-called Mangalore Special Economic Zone. Actually, it is located in the Mangalore Old Airport Road. It so happened in the 2012 that this economic zone, to supply water to the zone, some pipelines were being drawn from some place via the lands of this man. Actually, this man has constructed a compound wall also, and there were so many grown-up trees. Of course, you may know Karnataka is famous for long trees, right? So what happened is, at the time of laying the pipeline, so with the so-called JCBs, the employees of Mangalore SEZ, they have demolished almost, they have damaged the wall to a stretch of so and so has given, and also the trees were also felled. So definitely at the time, our complainant Mr. Bajpayee, he was not in the city. After coming back, he has noticed the same, and he has given a notice to this Mangalore SEZ people, and I think they have given a statement also that they will give some compensation to the damage, because since the man was not present, if he has raised objection, they would have diverted the route. Since he was not there, they thought that since it's a government work, SEZ work, they have carried on. But no compensation has been paid. Therefore, he approached the Bajpayee police station, who did not register any case. Ultimately, he filed a private complaint before the Mangalore local, that is judicial magistrate, Mangalore Metropolitan Magistrate, under sections 406, that is breach of trust. Second is cheating, 418, 447, trespass into his land, 420, and 506, criminal intimidation. I think they might have threatened him also. And 120B, criminal conspiracy. So this case he has filed against 13 persons. Out of them, A1 to A6, they are the chairman, managing director, some of the Mangalore SEZ. And from 7 to, I think, 7, 8, they are also the subcontractors. So 9 to 13, they are the people who have actually carried out the work. But the magistrate, after taking the file, just after preliminary cursory glance to the private complaint, he has issued to summons to all the 13 persons. So therefore, these SEZ people, they approached the Sessions Court, and the Sessions Court has actually withdrawn or has negated the issue of summons to A1 to A8. So agreed by this, he has approached the High Court. High Court also approved the decision of the Sessions Court. Ultimately, the matter came to the Supreme Court. Here also, the Supreme Court stated that who are these people? The SEZ people, chairman, managing director, secretary. These people are staying at Hyderabad. A1 to A6, they stay at Hyderabad. And A7 and A8, A8 is 82 years old. They have entrusted the work to A9 to A13. So, if you go through the contents of the affair, it is clear that A1 to A8 have no role to play because it's a government agency. After all, you can ask for compensation. That's all. So, why to ask them to come to the police station as accused, to come to the court as accused? Absolutely, there is no necessity. So, that's why the Honorable Supreme Court of India clearly stated that the magistrate has to satisfy himself and the magistrate has to record the satisfaction. Because, of course, the advocate on behalf of Bajpayee, he argued that at the outset, what has to be considered is whether there is a prima facie case or not. And detailed examination on the merits is not required because the matter has to be entrusted to the police for investigation, or the matter can be taken up under 200 CRPC by the magistrate himself. Then it will be decided. Detailed examination will be later, not now. So, please remember, the Supreme Court clearly stated that the magistrate, learned magistrate, has to record his satisfaction about prima facie case against the accused, who are the managing director, chief secretary, and director of the company. The role played by them is, in their capacity, is sine qua non for a criminal case. They do not attract any criminal liability. Therefore, the appeal has been dismissed, and ultimately, the Supreme Court directed the case against A9 to A13 can be processed, but not against A1 to A10. Against them, the case is dismissed. So, good case regarding issue of summons. Please remember. So, now we have discussed section 61 to 69 of the CRPC, section 27 to 32 of the CPC, order 5 and order 16 also. So, please remember them, and it will enrich your legal knowledge. Thank you very much.